Welcome back to ProcessCast with Mark Anderson and Samantha Blake. Your go-to podcast for insights into business process management and the technologies transforming the way we work.
Ever feel like you're drowning in a sea of receipts and spreadsheets? You know, spending precious hours reconciling accounts when you could be out there building your business, chasing those big dreams.
I can definitely relate to that feeling. It's like the administrative side can sometimes take over.
Exactly. And then there's the looming dread of tax season. Ugh, just the thought of it. But imagine, just for a second, if you could wave a magic wand and make all those financial headaches disappear.
Wouldn't that be a dream come true? Just hand it all off to someone who actually, enjoys deciphering tax codes and balancing those books.
Someone who lives and breathes this stuff, an absolute expert who could handle it all with ease. Well, that magic wand might actually exist. Today, we're diving into the world of outsourcing financial tasks to specialists.
That's right. We're going to explore the surprising benefits, the real game changers that can free you up to focus on what you do best.
And we've got some amazing resources to guide us, packed with insights from people who've been there, done that.
Exactly. We'll break down not just what it means to outsource, but why it's becoming so popular for businesses of all sizes. We'll get into the nitty-gritty, the tangible benefits you could see.
And we'll make sure we connect it back to you, our listeners, because ultimately this is about helping you make smarter decisions for your business.
Absolutely. So let's kick things off with a big one, cost. It's often the first thing that comes to mind when you think about outsourcing.
Right. I mean, on the surface, it seems like you're adding another expense, right? Bringing in an outside firm. But is that really the whole story?
Not necessarily. It's kind of like when you buy a cheap tool and it breaks after a couple of uses. You end up spending more in the long run. The real savings are about the total cost of ownership.
Okay, so what does that look like in the world of finance? Where are the hidden costs that we might not be seeing?
Well, let's say you decide to build an in-house finance team. It seems straightforward, but have you considered everything that entails? First, there's the salary, of course, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. You've got benefits, too, like health insurance, retirement contributions, paid time off. It adds up.
Right, those are significant expenses, especially for a small business or startup.
Exactly. Then you've got the costs associated with recruiting, the time it takes to find the right person. Then there's the training involved, getting them up to speed on your specific systems, making sure they stay current with the ever-changing world of finance.
Don't forget the physical stuff, too. You might need more office space, computers, software licenses, all that fun stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And these are all fixed costs, regardless of how much work there is to do. They just keep ticking along month after month.
Okay, so how does outsourcing change that equation?
Well, think of it as a bit like switching to a subscription service for your finances. Instead of having all those fixed costs, you're essentially converting them to variable costs.
So you only pay for what you need when you need it.
Precisely. You're not paying for downtime, for those slow periods. You're getting a customized solution that scales with your business.
That makes sense. It's like having an on-demand finance department. But does that mean you're sacrificing quality for cost savings?
That's a great question and a common concern. But often it's quite the opposite. When you outsource, you're tapping into a network of specialists, each with their own area of expertise.
So it's like having a whole team of financial superheroes at your disposal.
Exactly. You might have someone who's a whiz at international tax law, someone who's a master of cash flow management, even a seasoned CFO who can provide strategic financial planning.
And that's something a small business might not be able to afford if they were hiring in-house, right?
Exactly. It's about getting access to a level of expertise that would be difficult, if not impossible, to replicate on your own.
One of the articles you shared talked about how tax regulations are becoming increasingly complex, especially for businesses operating across borders.
Absolutely. And keeping up with those changes can be a full-time job in itself. It's incredibly challenging for a small business owner to stay on top of everything while also running their business.
So in that sense, outsourcing is almost like an insurance policy against, getting things wrong and facing penalties, right?
Precisely. You're minimizing risk. These specialists know the ins and outs of tax laws, they're on top of all the latest changes, and they can help you navigate those complexities, ensuring you're compliant.
Okay, so we've talked about cost savings and access to top-notch expertise. What about efficiency? How does outsourcing impact the day-to-day running of a business?
This is where things get really exciting. Outsourcing can streamline your financial processes, making everything smoother and more efficient.
How so?
Well, these firms often have sophisticated systems and technology in place. Think automation. They can automate a lot of those tedious, repetitive tasks that suck up your time. Things like bookkeeping, payroll processing, invoice management.
Well, tell me about invoice management. I swear I spend half my life chasing down payments.
Exactly. And with automation, you can say goodbye to a lot of that. The system handles it, sends reminders, keeps track of everything, and you're free to focus on more important things.
Like actually growing your business, developing new products, connecting with customers, the stuff that really matters.
Precisely. And that's where outsourcing can really shine. By freeing up your time and mental energy for those administrative burdens, you can dedicate yourself to the core activities that drive your business forward.
So it's not just about doing things faster, it's about doing the right things, the things that have the biggest impact. It's about working on your business, not just in it.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And this ties into another key benefit, scalability. As your business grows, your financial needs change.
Right. You might need more support, more specialized expertise.
Exactly. And with outsourcing, you can easily scale up or down as needed. You're not stuck with a fixed team. You can adjust your services, bringing in more specialized skills as your business demands it.
So it's a much more agile approach, allowing you to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of business. And that's especially important for startups and fast-growing companies, right?
Absolutely. It's about having the flexibility to respond to new opportunities, to pivot quickly when needed, without being bogged down by the limitations of a fixed team.
Now, we've talked about compliance, but I want to go back to it because it's so critical. It's not just about knowing the rules, right?
No, it's about understanding the nuances, the specific regulations that apply to your industry, your location, and your business structure. It can be a real minefield.
And the consequences of getting it wrong can be pretty severe, right? Fines, penalties, even legal issues.
Exactly. And that's where having a team of experts on your side can be invaluable. They can help you stay ahead of the curve, make sure you're ticking all the boxes, and give you that peace of mind knowing you're in good hands.
Speaking of peace of mind, another big theme that emerged from the resources we looked at was technology.
Oh, technology is a game changer. And outsourcing firms are often at the forefront of using it to streamline financial processes.
So what kind of tech are we talking about?
Well, think sophisticated accounting software, cloud-based platforms, tools for data analysis and reporting, even AI-powered solutions that can automate tasks and provide real-time insights.
And these are often enterprise-level solutions that a small business might not be able to afford or manage on their own.
Precisely. By outsourcing, you're getting access to this powerful technology without the huge upfront investment and the ongoing costs of maintenance and updates.
So it's like leveling the playing field, giving smaller businesses access to the same tools that the big guys use.
Exactly. And it's not just about having the tools, it's about having the expertise to use them effectively, to extract meaningful insights and drive better decision-making.
Which brings us to another crucial aspect, cash flow.
Ah, yes, the lifeblood of any business. And accurate, timely financial reporting is key to managing cash flow effectively.
So how does outsourcing help with that?
Well, these specialized firms are all about efficiency and accuracy. They can generate reports quickly, giving you a clear picture of your financial situation.
So you can see exactly where your money is going, where it's coming from, and make informed decisions about spending and investment.
Precisely. You're not flying blind. You're getting real-time visibility into your finances, which allows you to make proactive decisions, optimize your cash flow, and avoid those potential bumps in the road.
It sounds like outsourcing brings a lot of individual benefits to the table, but what's the overall impact? How does it affect the big picture for a business?
It's about creating a more agile, efficient, and strategically focused organization. You're freeing yourself from those day-to-day financial burdens, gaining access to expert knowledge and cutting-edge technology.
So it's not just about saving money or time, it's about gaining a competitive advantage.
Exactly. You're better equipped to make strategic decisions, to respond to new opportunities, to innovate and grow.
And it's important to remember that flexibility we discussed earlier. You're not locked into long-term contracts or fixed overhead costs.
Right. You can adjust your services as needed, scaling up or down depending on your business needs and budget. You can also evaluate the performance of your outsourcing partner and make changes if necessary. It's a dynamic approach to financial management.
So, to wrap things up, it's clear that outsourcing financial tasks is more than just a way to delegate tasks. It's a strategic move that can have a significant positive impact on a business of any size.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are best spent focusing on your core strengths, your passions, the things that truly drive your business forward.
And entrusting those essential but time-consuming financial tasks to specialists who can handle them efficiently, accurately, and with a level of expertise that can truly make a difference.
It's about working smarter, not harder, and freeing yourself to pursue those big dreams.
Well said. So, as you're listening to this, I challenge you to think about your own business. What's one financial task that you're currently spending time on that you could potentially outsource? And what could you achieve with that freed up time and expertise? It's a question worth pondering. Thanks for joining us today.
It's been a pleasure. Always happy to dive into these important topics.
Thank you for listening to ProcessCast. This episode was brought to you by HEFLO, the BPM platform that empowers businesses to document, automate, and optimize their processes with AI. Experience the intelligence to simplify complex business processes and accelerate your growth with our complete management solution. Visit heflo.com to learn more. Be sure to follow ProcessCast for more insights on business process management. And don't forget to share this episode with your network. Until next time.